Show us your tips. Progress Racing, the Australia Day hangover edition of the show, as we look towards Rosehill and the Valley this weekend. Beaver, how'd you fare yesterday?
Yeah, fared okay, mate. I think we did quite well. It's in Melbourne, particularly. Got home the last three winners. Start Patrol was outstanding. Jack and O looked gone and snuck home. It was a good return. And Gentleman Roy was just too good, as we thought.
Yeah.
So that helped with a nice finish to the day. And a couple earlier, Daggy got the first winner, which was a nice win. And I think we both got instructor. So there was sort of 5 or 6 winners out of the day there.
Yeah, no, good day down in Sandown. Very impressive, Jack, and I'd given up on it. I'd actually stopped watching the race. And then I looked up and he was ducking back the inside. I assume he's going onto the CF4 or something if he's first up at 1300, but very hard to beat there.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, we nothing else really take away. Stock standard stuff at Warwick Farm, I suppose. So let's see what we've got on the Saturday, where we're going to kick off at Rosehill, where the rail moves out the 5 metre mark. To be a good track, hot day in Sydney forecast. Maybe a storm in the afternoon has been par for the course of late, but on pace, typical Rosehill, I think. Should be a decent enough card. We kick off with the highway, though, over the 1,500 metres. Anything caught your eye in the first, Beaver?
Yeah, look, a bit of a tricky affair here across the card here. Not a lot took my eye here in the highways, as they never do, but if I was having a bet here, I thought King of Spades third up. I thought it was pretty good win first up, and then less than a length off them in its second up. I think it'll continue to have some natural improvement here. Drawn well enough, gets the 3 kilo claim, could run well.
The second is Group 3 Cannonbury, the 2-year-old stepping out again over 1,100 metres, where we see the return of a nice horse here. Slipper favourite in King's Gambit, been ultra impressive, has trialled at a fantastic trial again coming here. $1.40 at the moment, but clearly the horse to beat. I think Red Resistance runs second, and well, that's pretty much the race, isn't it?
Yeah, can't really go past the favourite here. Looks a good bet here. It's very short, but slipper favourite, and probably will assert itself as the real slipper deal tomorrow.
Yeah. The third is a 1,500 benchmark 72. Anything you like?
No. Look, the one I did sort of like was Wineglass Bay here from the Wallace stable. Does have J-Mac on board here, which I'm finding hard to catch at the moment, but thought its form coming from abroad was pretty good. Nice little trial, and then first up was pretty good. Just kept plugging away, but I think it get extra fitness here on pace here, can run over the top of these.
Yeah, on top for me as well. Nice Australian debut off the trial, as you mentioned. Back to the scene of the crime here. Jamie Mack going on, a horse to beat. The market's outlined 2 key chances, and I've got Cosmic Minerva second best. Probably settles just behind it, behind One Glass Bay on the map, but the main danger. And they're the only 2 I really entertain, the only 2 going to the early quarter for me. The fourth, 2,000 metre benchmark 78. This is a pretty ordinary race, which I struggled with for a bit. I've ended up putting Tip of the Spear on top. It was a nice Australian debut. Just held up tightly, hit the line well, and better for that run out to 2,000 metres. Look, there's not a lot of pace here, so first light, if it leads, I think can give you side 8 in front. And just because it's such a weak race, I had the Taree horse next, Handsome. Pretty nice win there, second up in Australia. Now it's coming from Taree, but this is a very average race, and I'm sick of pretty much everything else in it. So, the imports for me, Beaver. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've gone for Tip of the Spear. I like this first up run. Thought it's plugged home and hit the line quite nicely. It's definitely out to the 2000s, going to suit here, and I just thought it had more upside than most of these. And you're right, Handsome. Similarly, I had hit as the main danger, thought it could run well as well, and one for the exotics in Secret Glamour. If you put a line through last run, can run well again, but sort of they were the 3 I had, but Tip of the Spear on top.
Cool. The fifth is the Group 3, the Widden Stakes for the 2-year-old fillies, where I Actually, like the trials of One at a Price here, Mumbai Muse. I thought they were two really nice trials. Trucked around twice in that. Preble going on for Michael Friedman. Map to get not a bad run and might produce a nice turn of foot at the big price. And then I thought Learning to Fly had trialled really well too, looking again to the first starters of the race brigade. I think Just Glamorous does improve off that run, and the other Gay Horse will be up on pace. And obviously we've seen the stable flying with all the 2-year-olds at the moment.
Yeah, I've got Gay's Perfect Proposal on top. Thought its first up run before sent out in the Jim Crack was pretty good behind Platinum Jubilee, who I think is a real live chance in the slipper. So I think it can run well and should be tuned up to run well in this. So I had it on top and hardest to beat.
Beauty. The Midway's up next, 1,350 metre, benchmark 72. Tricky little race. I'm forgiving the last couple of Star Beretta, actually. Given none last 2 starts really too far back out of its ground and hit the line well both times. I think back to midway grade and a bit more pace up front. I think it's in this, around the $7 mark. I struggled to really find too much else. I really wanted to stamp, $6 a field, the market suggests the same, but number 4 Star Beretta on top for me, Beaver.
Yeah, look, I'll leave this one alone, mate. This one was too hard for me, so I didn't spend too much time.
No, that's cool. Quaddy kicks off with the 7th, benchmark 88 over the 1,200 metres. Who do you like here?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Kalina. No reason to jump off here. Been ultra consistent and good wins in the first 2 up this prep. No reason it can't win again. It's got a good draw, can sit off the pace, hopefully just pull out and be hard to beat. Some other good chances in this. Dehorn Unicorn's going very well, and Spacewalk has some upside.
I've got Kalina on top too, agree. Inside gate there, hopefully J-Mac sits close enough. Doesn't have to make too much ground, but been ultra impressive both times out. And back to, it's one at both tracks this prep, but I think runs well here. You mentioned Dehorn Unicorn, maybe wants it wet. And the most interesting runner in the race, I thought, was Mystery Shot. At its best, it would give this race a real crack. First up for Matt Dale. Trial was just plain. I thought if I'd seen a bit more there, I might have been interested. I'll think about whether I throw that in the quaddie or not. The 8th is the feature, the Expressway Stakes. Opened originally with 4 acceptors, which was interesting. But we've got 9 runners here in the 1,200 metre weight for age contest. Beaver, who do you like?
Well, the obvious Golden Mile is a good horse, and he's got some quality about it, but I'm going for a little bit of value here. I'm going Pizzaro. I tipped it first up and was given absolute no chance. Pretty much came from last, but flew home without a lot of luck. I think he can run well, and I'm happy to play it at the $10 mark. Obviously, scared of the favourite in this, but willing to go and play a bit wider and take on Pizzaro. Cool.
Now I'm sticking with the favourite. Best horse in the race. Trial was good. Gets J-Mac, gets the right run, and I think wins. And Forbidden Love hasn't been with us for a while. Pizzaro might be the up-and-comer, but pretty easy race for me. I'm just backing the best horse. Race 9 is the benchmark 88 over the 1,500 metres. Who do you like here?
Yeah, look, this was probably the hardest race on the day, if not for the midway, I guess. I'm going for Niffler. It's at different times in its preparations has shown a bit of ability over this distance. Has had 8 starts for 5 wins and 2 placings. I think that's pretty good with a win at this track and distance. Second up now, has won 2 out of 2 second up, and first up run wasn't as bad as it looks on paper. I think it can improve. Certainly think the 1,500 suits and drawn well. So just keen to see who goes on board.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, we've got Tommy Berry listed, don't we? Yeah. Don't know. I had Saigon on top. It's been scratched, I've just seen. So the 2 on the quick backup I might entertain here, Bluff and Bluster and Bazooka. But I don't like the race at all. So, yeah, not much to add, to be honest. The last, benchmark 78 over the 1350, where my best bet on the card comes up. Perfect step up to Saturday grade for Think About It. Nice resumption, lightly raced little winner, and I think comes to a pretty average Saturday race. Wins this and goes on to better things.
I'm with you all the way.
Cool.
Jump on board. Nothing else to say.
Beauty. All right, well, that was quite a quick look through round week, actually. We better do a quaddie. Let's go first leg. I'll go 1 Mystery Shot, 2 Colino, 4 Dehorned Unicorn, and 10 Spacewalk. Second leg, 3 Pizzaro, 5 Maria Mia, 9 Golden Mile. Third leg, 2 Majorati, 3 Niffler, 4 Bold Mac, 8 Bazooka, 11 Bluff and Bluster. And we'll come home with 11 Think About It, and 9 Hollywood North. And that'll do me. You got a best in value at Rosehill?
Yeah, mate, I do have a best in value. My best comes up in race 10, number 11, Think About It. And my value is coming up in race 8, number 3, Pizzaro.
Lovely. I'm with you. Race 10, number 11, Think About It. My value, race 5, number 8, Mumbai Muse. I think runs well at the double figure price there. As we head down to Moonee Valley, where it is another hot day down there. Haven't seen any moving of time, so assume it's all to order. Rail goes in the true. I think we're looking for swoopers by the end of this. It's been used a fair bit, the track lately, so keep an eye on any track pattern. But we kick off with the 2,500 metre benchmark 100. A very average race, Beaver. Did you want to back any in it?
No, I didn't want to have a bet in this, mate. I'll let these ones run around and fight it out for the 50 millionth time.
Yeah. Complete lack of pace as well, so I couldn't find any angles I wanted to look at here. Race 2 is a benchmark 70 over the 2040. What about this race?
Yeah, look, another tricky affair. I just went looking a little bit of value. I'd go for Mark Holt from the Paddy Payne stable here.
Yep.
Like the way it finished off and won pretty hard held at Sandown Lakeside last start over the 1800. That's a pretty similar race to the 2000 here. Probably just sits often. We'll try and swoop, and if there is an opportunity for swoopers, it could be the one.
I've got Commando Drift on top. I liked it last time out. Did nothing to persuade me. It ran around very well. I just caught on the line at a price. I think it rolls forward and gets the same run here. Gets Fred Kersley on instead of the Apprentice. So I think it gives you a nice side around 20 to 1. From, you mentioned Mark Holt, I like it too. And I'm forgiving Matron Bullwinkle. Bustled up and over-raced and pulled up with a slow recovery rate last time. So back to its best does give this race a real shake. But pretty keen they're all going to give you a sight in this race. The third is a mile benchmark 70, where Lady Adelaide went around yesterday, so Sue comes out. And Ballynora is going quite well. This is a pretty average race. It's last 2 starts of, it's got a win and chased a couple of nice horses either side of that. I think it gives you a nice sight for your money here at the each way price. From Tubby Two Tracks, who's flying over in Adelaide, and as I said, comes to an average Melbourne race. They can both run well here. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I had the same, mate. I had Ballynora as well. Pretty ultra consistent of late. Liked it second behind Forbidden City, and then prior to that won a really nice race at the Valley here. So I think it can run well. Gets the 3 kilo claim, drawn ideal. Miles suits it on top for me.
Lovely. Race 4 is a 1,000 metre benchmark 78. We've lost the top 2 in the field. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, good little race here between the two favourites, Bistro and Command Approved. I've gone for Bistro. I think it can win. Just think there's a little bit more upside there, and really like the way it's won first up. Thought that was an impressive win. I think it can continue to progress and go through the grades.
I agree. I think it's the best horse in the race, and it'll win. I like it. Race 5, benchmark 70 over the 1,000. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I'm going for the resuming Mamara. Yeah, thought it could run well. not so sure about the favourite with its form coming over from South Australia, and I just thought this horse comes from Sydney form, come down to Melbourne for its first up start. It's ran in some good races up in Sydney and can produce fresh, like the booking of Shin. Gate 9's okay, and this is a winnable race.
I agree. This is the weakest race I've ever been in, and maps well. Trials wasn't let off the bit in either trials, but it changes scenery. I think it's a good thing, and I think it gives you a real sight. Blake Shin and Nick Ryan are forming a pretty good combination when they get together. So I've got on top 2. The 6 is 1,200 metres. We'll move on to another benchmark 70, where I'm with Carisha on top. Loves the Valley. Last 2 runs here have been great. Just missed last time out. I think it's quite a good bet here. I thought the only danger as a Marcus Jess was Luna Cat, and it fell away after that. So, yeah, pretty interested in the 2, Beaver.
I'm with you. Same from me. I like its form. Yeah, it is a bit scary. But when we do go the same, we do have a pretty good strike rate. So, particularly when we're keen. So we've found them separately. So I think it can run extremely well, and I expect it to figure in the finish here again.
Cool. Feature here is the Australia Stakes, a Group 2 weight for age again over the 1,200 metres, where, pretty simple. I've got Jigsaw on top, and the more I analyse this, you can look at it pretty simply that it's actually the only sprinter in the race outside of Bo Rossa. The rest of the all stay is resuming, and I wanted to be clever and try and find Superstorm on top, but I think just the pace setup, it's going to get a soft lead here, Jigsaw, around the Valley, and it'll be off and gone while the others are just getting into their work. I mentioned Superstorm, best horse, long time off. Trials were good. Both the Peters colours trials were good actually, but I'm just working the fact this sets up perfectly for Jigsaw. He'll run first. Snap will probably run second, and they'll fight out third. What are you thinking?
Thought the same again, mate, surprisingly enough. I thought the $3 was pretty good price, to be honest. Gate 2's won 3 from 3 this prep, has been outstanding. Does have to get the 1,200, but no suggestion it wouldn't after last start. It's a bit easier around the Valley, and given that they'll probably duty trot here.
And Bo Rossa coming out helps.
Yeah, pretty ordinary Group 2 race, and I think it gets all the favours.
The second last, I should say, is 1,200 metre benchmark 70. This is an awful race. I had no idea. For the sake of my own sanity, I'll have something small on Blood Oath and maybe Deep Speed, because I've been with them at both starts this prep, but I struggled to get my head around this. Did you like anything?
No, I didn't, mate. I was happy to let this one go. Just have to go wide in the quaddie.
Yeah. Let's finish off with a benchmark 78 over the 1,500 metres. Keener here?
Yeah, I am keen to hear. I think you've got to continue to follow Worsfold. Been brilliant. Money's been on it. Both 2 starts in here. The extra 100 metres won't hurt. It'll sit off the pace and midfield and be swooping home. Blake Shin, no better jockey at the moment. And again, this sets up nicely.
Yep, same for me. All things being equal, I think it wins. And keeps progressing through its grades. Netanyahu, main danger, flying this prep, and will get a comfy run up there next to Shove Over. I think they're the two that I'll throw into my quaddie to go with it. But all in all, Worsfold's my best on the card at the Valley, race 9, number 4. My value at the Valley, race 2, number 14, Commando Drift. And do you want to give us your quaddie and a best in value as well?
Yeah, my value bet comes up in race 3, number 4, Ballynora. I think it's going to be hard to beat. My best bet comes up in race 7, number 5, Jigsaw. And the quaddie, first leg race 6, I'm going number 2, Karasha, number 1, Danny St. Darcy, number 6, Luna Cat, and number 8, Lady Hampton. In the second leg, I'm going straight out, number 5, Jigsaw. I think it'll be winning. In the third leg, thought I'd go a little bit wider here. I'm going number 1, Deep Speed. Number 2, Lumberpunk. Number 4, Exeter. Number 5, Kentucky Casanova. And number 11, Kaliwa Falls.
Cool.
And then to finish the day, I'm going number 3, He's Exceptional. Number 4, Worsfold. Number 12, Shove Over. And number 5, Alverden.
Lovely. And your best in value? Oh, you've already given me that, haven't you?
Already given you that, mate.
Sorry, I am paying attention. What about Queensland? Anything up there?
Mate, there's a few up in Queensland. A pretty tricky day up there, but race 3, number 2, Sailor, flying at the moment, and don't see any reason why it won't continue on its winning ways. I think race 5, number 1, Steady Ready, can be winning. It's going well at the moment. And then later in the day, in the last race, race 9, and number 9, Fast Coney, resumed well and probably continues to win.
Beautiful. One at Ascot later in the night.
All them up.
Yeah. Throw in Ascot race 8, number 1, House of Serenity. Speedy little customer over there. Good job, Beaver. It's nice and quick.
No worries.
Good punning tomorrow, mate. Good luck with your internet adventures, and hopefully I will catch you next week for the midweek preview. Good luck, punters.
You will, my friend.
Take care. Bye-bye.